So that's what I have been doing. I got some really good contracts, led me all the way to Essence. Like 2019, I am the caterer. My company, Amaris Catering, is the caterer of the backstage. I fed Michelle Obama and all the artists that you saw in the lineup, we fed them. So that was amazing to me to be like 2 years into my business and actually getting something like that. Hi, I'm Erin Sims. I'm the owner of Amaris Catering Events, and I'm a part of brand Bayou.
So tell me a little bit about your background.
I am from the St. Bernard, 7th Ward, New Orleans, yes. I had the best time of my life growing up with my cousins and my family and friends in the city. Always 7th Ward girl. I went to Little Phillip, then to St. Raymond, then to Gregory and Kennedy. So 7th Ward, my whole life. I actually lived all over the city of New Orleans once I graduated high school, uptown, downtown. Now I'm across the river, so I'm a New Orleans girl for sure. We are a matriarch family. I had my great-grandmother. She basically raised all of us. And my grandmother and my mom are my parents. So that's my family structure. A bunch of cousins. My great-grandmother had 12 kids, so it's a whole shitload of us. Yeah, but we're all close, like we're like first cousins. Like my cousins, their kids are my nieces and nephews, and they were my mom's nieces and nephews, which she really are their cousins. So that's how close we are.
Oh, like a real.
Yeah, we're just
tight.
We're tight.
What made you decide to get into the food business in New Orleans?
I needed something to do. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to college yet. I didn't know where I wanted to be, and I saw a commercial on TV for culinary school. I was like, I like to cook. And they said job placement. I'm like, okay, I need a job. So I'm gonna go to school and learn some things. And it was really an opportunity for me to eat whatever I wanted to eat. I always were interested in food and eating different things. So I'm like, let's go to this school. I went to school, graduated, and ended up working in the restaurants in the city. And I worked really well. I became a sous chef at one of them. So that's how I started cooking, just in restaurants. And honestly, I got into catering. I always kind of wanted to do it because it seemed like you can just change up and do different things. So the restaurants are kind of the same. I get bored easily, so I wanted something different. I got into catering. I was like, okay, this is where I should be. I like this aspect. And at the same time, I was doing music, I guess at night. So whenever I wasn't working, I was producing music or promoting music. And I was like, how can I figure out a way to merge them together? And so catering actually helped. I was like, well, I'm booking shows. How about I cook the food, at the show? So that's how it started out. I would cook the food, and then other venues were like, okay, well, I have these people coming this day. Why don't you do this? So whoever we were playing with, hey, why don't you do my album release party? So that's how it started with my catering, just doing backstage things. So that's where I really wanted to be, but then it just started evolving where I get clientele for weddings, like parties. I started out like really doing my catering when I was working with a catering company, like at the Holly Grove Market. They gave me an opportunity, so I used to sell my food there, and that's how I started to like build clientele. And I think I started in 2017 is when I really like signed the paper, like this is a business. By 2018, I was able to quit my job and work catering full time. So that's what I have been doing. I got some really good contracts, led me all the way to Essence. Like 2019, I am the caterer. My company, Amaris Catering, is the caterer of the backstage. I fed Michelle Obama and all the artists that you saw in the lineup, we fed them. So that was amazing to me to be like 2 years into my business and actually getting something like that, yeah.
How did it feel serving such important people?
I just felt good, just working hard and having a vision. Like I knew they had an opportunity. I found out that they have, catering, and they were looking for someone from New Orleans. So I just lined myself up and just built my business, learned I need to learn to able to get there. So
did you meet them?
No, it's so busy. You don't really get to meet them. I think I met some people come through. I can't even tell you how crazy. Yeah, it's like you're in charge of a lot. It's not just feeding the artists, you're also feeding the crew, the staff, like anybody you have. So it's like we have the backstage food for them. You know, they have their different orders, and then we have to feed the crew breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time. At the same time, running your truck, going to the store. So I really didn't get to meet anybody, but I saw everybody walking the hallways. Yeah, but it wasn't even about, oh my God, it's that person. It's like, get this damn food out. You know, we gotta go. So
let's talk about your menu. What are some things that you like to cook?
I like to cook. Well, I'm French trained chef, but I worked in different restaurants that had Spanish or Vietnamese. So I mix them all, and I just kind of take from what I learned. And I have a very good palate. So if I go to a restaurant and taste the food or somebody else's food, I can kind of figure out what it is and just kind of mimic it. So yeah. So that's how it started.
So what type of events do you like catering?
I do private schools as well. I do school lunch every day at a private school. So that's pretty dope. So that's fun for me, feeding the kids. They know who you are. I'm a lunch lady, but you know, I feed my babies. So yeah, they actually do. They come back like from high school and like, we miss your food, we miss you, because we're very personable with the children. Parents come like, wait, they getting this? Yeah, that's why you pay this amount of money. But yeah, the kids love it. That's my favorite thing. I really do love doing that. So that's how my business kind of balance. We do the schools during school time, and when we're off on weekends, we can catch shows. And the summertime is usually just set aside for Essence, but it's been year 2 without Essence. But the good thing about it is, like, when I started the company, I really was to afford my music business. Like, that's my first love. I love cooking, I loved it, but I love the music just as much. You know, food and music, New Orleans, I am part of it. It's just, that's where it is. So that was the thing that fueled it. So once I started it, it took off that we didn't even do music. Like, when we sat home doing quarantine, like, wait, we need to put out an album, we need to put out something. We actually have what we were looking for. We got the funds now to be able to do what we need to do. So 2020 was kind of good for us to actually sit back and actually create something. So that's when you see Amaris Catering know that we're all about food and music. That's why I stick to the events. I just love being around it. I love watching stages get built. I love feeding the people. I love seeing the artists on stage knowing they ate my food. That's where I'm at with it.
So walk me through your process a little bit.
It takes a lot. I get the menu together, go shopping. I do everything. I think I do too much for myself. I need to get more people involved. I'm just so into what I do. You know, just prepping everything. We have a commissary kitchen at the NOCA Institute. So we use their kitchen as our kitchen, and we just prep everything and get everything on. Honestly, my business, really, the schools really just fuels it. So I really just cook at school, honestly. That's the thing that really gets me going. You know, I'm there every day. But when we do have events, we do go to the other kitchen and just prep stuff, and I get my crew together. But it's pretty easy. I mean, it's like working in a restaurant. You just cook. Just cook the food and get it out there.
Do you plan on expanding past the schools? Right
now, I just really want to get back into the festival market. I don't think I have enough. Essence was great, but I want all of them. I want Buku, I want Jazz Fest. I want any festival that comes to New Orleans, I want it to call us. So that's where I'm at with it, and that's my goals, is to get there. The food, the schools are great. I love my schools. I would love to have more. Like you said, it does bring in a good amount of money and keep us employed, but I really do like the festivals as well. So if I get more festivals, I'll be great. I'm more backstage. I like setting it up and, you know, making sure everybody's fed. Yeah, that's what I like to do.
How did the pandemic affect your business?
I didn't want to I had the opportunity to deliver food to some of my students and things like that, but I was really afraid, I guess. I didn't want to be exposed to anything because I have people that I love who I didn't want to expose to things like that. So it really like kind of stopped my business, but I had enough saved. I had enough in saving things that we were able to like keep it going. Like I said, I got to work on music during that time. I was like, okay, let's get everything we need to do now. Let's bump this stuff out. Let's get the equipment we need and do what we need to do while we're sitting at home. We don't know when we're going back. But lucky I work for a private school, so we were able to go back in August of 2020. So we were back at school. We delivered lunches to classrooms, so that was the difference. We didn't have kids coming to us. We had to deliver to them. But I always was employed, you know, once a March. So I guess we're out for like 6 months. So just 6 months down. Savings help, like I said. Make sure you save your money before you spend it all. So it was able to keep us going.
Yeah, like a cushion.
Yeah, it was definitely a cushion, but I'm happy we're basically back. But like I said, I'm in a private school, so they kind of make their own rules a little bit more. And they're like, we're here, we're gonna figure it out. You know, put your mask on, you know, let's do it.
So what are some future plans that you have?
Eventually, I do want to have a restaurant. Like now, while I'm in catering, I realize there's some things I still can't do. Now I'm like doing what the people want me to do. Like we have this party, we want these type of meals. Like I want to get into a restaurant, my own restaurant, where I can just make up what I want whenever I want. Right. Something small, exclusive, nothing big. I don't want anything giant, and I want it to be nice. So it's going to take time. I don't want to like build from scratch, you know. Like get a building and work it. I want to have the shit ready when I'm ready to go. It's gonna be everything that I like really cool. I've been dreaming about it a lot lately, like how I want it to be, yeah. But I think it's gonna be a couple of years from now. It's not definitely not. Yeah, I have so much to do with music and catering, and like I said, I have to get those more. Yeah, I need more festivals first. But that is the end goal, like to just retire at a nice restaurant. Yeah, that's dope. Upscale dining, you know.
What are some advice that you may have for someone wanting to get into the food industry?
Get your education on too. That's what helps me too. I have an education, I have a background in it. I am a chef, I have a degree. I'm not just making it up, you know. Yeah, I have all my paperwork together as my licenses and things like that. Just make sure you get all those things because that helps you to be able to get contracts when they come along. Like there are things out there for people. Like there are businesses, but just have your game and all your stuff, all your papers ready when it's time to go. Just be prepared. Like it's not just selling plates, that's cool, save your money, but make sure you pay for your education in some type of way. You know, getting your license, your safe serve certificate, like get all those things because it's really gonna help you.